Mother,
Are you freaking kidding me?
not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, mother, can you keep them in the dark for life?
Everybody stop. What the fuck?
From a waiting world. Oh, mother, father, gonna take your daughter out tonight.
What?
Shut up, my world. Oh, mother, not about to see your light.
It's privileged white male radio. My name is Rod.
I can show you what it's like.
RodGraphic@gmail.com. Wow. Bill Cosby is a fucking creep. Have you heard this story? Caught a little bit of it on CNN this morning. I guess he's headed for some kind of deposition this morning, or going to have to face his accuser for the first time. Everybody's all abuzz. Will she show up? What does she look like? We've only seen pictures of her. Andrea Constand is her name. Here's a story from the Daily News. Bill Cosby discusses drugs, Andrea Constand, in deposition excerpt. I've read bits and pieces of this, and I don't want to go too long here, and I know I have to keep my face away from the phone, so I have to talk a little bit louder as I read to overcome and compensate the lack of audio, since Spreaker will not allow me to connect my Bluetooth noise-canceling microphone while I do this podcast. Can somebody at Spreaker please fucking tell me why that is like that? That is the dumbest. Can you somebody please tweak the app? It's not hard. Jesus Christ. I mean, it is hard for me because I have no clue how to do it. But for you techie Teds out there, it shouldn't be that tough. Make it so we can use the freaking Bluetooth mic. Jesus, Martha. Philadelphia. Bill Cosby is due in court Tuesday so a judge can decide whether there's enough evidence to send 12-year-old sex assault accusations to trial in southern Philadelphia. Prosecutors this past year reopened Andrea Constand's complaint about Cosby drugging and molesting her after his deposition in her related lawsuits. After her related lawsuits surfaced and dozens of other accusers came forward. Okay, so at the outset, this is this goes back a ways, folks. This is like Bill Cosby didn't wake up a few years ago and decide, I really should start drugging and molesting women. This has been a pattern with this guy. I mean, it's odd for me. It really is. Because I grew up kind of with Bill Cosby. Kids say the darndest things. Yeah, well, apparently, the women in your life say the darndest things too, don't they, Bill? Holy crap. In his testimony, Cosby describes giving drugs and alcohol to women before sex, making secret payments to ex-lovers, and hosting Constand. This is the woman who's he's about to see for the first time in I don't know how long at this hearing. Hosting Constand at his home in 2004. Cosby had become a friend and mentor after meeting Constand at Temple University, where he was a trustee. Apparently, she was the manager of the women's basketball team at Temple University. So now, not only is it the fact that Bill Cosby likes to give broads roofies, he's also this is, I guess, would be considered almost like in a sexual harassment type situation where he's in a power position as a trustee and uses that position to gain access to a woman. This is a predator. Bill Cosby is a predator. Phil Huxtable is a predator. Rudy, you know what? No. I feel bad for Rudy now. What happened to Rudy? Now we know why the one Cosby daughter left and never came back. The following exchanges between Cosby and Constand lawyer Dolores Troiani. The hell do you pronounce that? Troiani. Troiani. Took place in 2005 and 2006. They are excerpted for brevity and to delete legal squabbling and repetition. Legal squabbling. So this is from 2005, 2006, and we're just basically hearing about it now. If this doesn't speak to how the rich and famous have power and influence, and their money and status allows them a much, much different lifestyle than the rest of us, I don't know what else would prove that. Because I can guarantee you, most of us would not have the option that Mr. Cosby's had. So here's the Q&A. Hang on a minute. Get my cruise control set. Come on, set. Come on, you piece of shit. Why is it not working? Work. I need cruise control. There we go. Okay, this is coming from Andrea Constand's lawyer, Dolores Troiani. Question: when did you develop a romantic interest in Andrea? Answer: probably the first time I saw her at Temple's Arena. Love at first sight, yes. Question: can you tell me what you recall of the night in which you gave pills to Andrea? Answer: Andrea came to the house. I called her. We talked about Temple University. We talked about her position. And then I went upstairs and I got 3 pills. I brought them down. They are the equivalent of 1.5. So they're super duper pills. They're 1.5 doses for each pill. You want to make sure you got the job done. The reason why I gave them and offered them to Andrea, which she took after examining them, was because she was talking about stress. So here comes a woman to go seek counsel of her mentor. She's stressed out. She's distraught. And what does the cause do? Sees an opportunity to get it in. What a fucking creep. Cosby describes a several-minute sexual encounter that followed. Several minute? Look, guys, I'll tell you right now, if it's only a couple minutes, in my book, that's not a sexual encounter. It really isn't. Question: so, you're not telling us that you verbally asked for permission? Answer: I didn't say it verbally. I wish I could do a good Bill Cosby. I didn't say it verbally. Jello, you gotta throw Jello pudding. Jello pudding pops. I can't do a good enough Bill Cosby, so I'll refrain from trying to do an awful Bill Cosby impression. I didn't say it verbally. I said, period. The action is my left hand at her midriff, which is skin. I'm not lifting any clothing up. This is, I don't remember fully what it is. But it's there and I can feel it. What? What do you mean you don't remember what it is? Get your hand on this broad. Of course you remember, Bill. I got her skin, and it's just above the hand, and it's just above where you can go under the pants. Yes, we get it. I think you could have described that a little differently. Question: then what happens? I don't hear her say anything, and I don't feel her say anything. And so I continue, and I go into that area that is somewhere between permission and rejection. I am not stopped. Jesus, this reads like some kind of fucking Harlequin romance novel. I go to the area that is somewhere between permission and rejection. The fuck does that even mean? Nice mincing of words there, Bill. Troiani asked Cosby about a phone call a year later between Cosby and Constand's mother, Gianni Constand, who told him something was wrong with her daughter, who was also on the line. So a year later, the Cos gets a call from mom and a distraught Andrea Constand. Question: what was the thing that you did not want to talk about? Answer: I didn't want to talk about, in quotations, what did you give her? Why? Is the question, lawyer asked. Because we're over the telephone. Oh yes, there might be somebody listening. I'm sure he was worried his phone might be tapped. Fucking creep. Because we're over the telephone and I'm not sending anything, meaning the pill bottle, over the mail, and I'm not giving anything away. Question: why didn't you simply tell her you had given her daughter an over-the-counter drug called Benadryl? I'm not going to argue with somebody's mother who is accusing me of something. And then when I apologize, she says to me, that's all I wanted to know, Bill. So mom is chastising Bill for molesting her daughter, and he's upset. And I'm apologizing because I'm thinking this is a dirty old man with a young girl. He's right about that. I apologized. I said to the mother, it was digital penetration. What? What am I reading? What, am I understanding this right? Look, Ma, don't worry. I just finger popped the bitch, okay? It was no big deal. It's not like I stuck my dick in or anything. That's what I'm reading into that. I mean, wow. Question: when she sat here and cried, meaning Constand at her deposition, how did you feel? I think Andrea is a liar, and I know she's a liar because I was there, says Cosby. So after everything I just read, this fucking creep is still calling the woman that he digitally molested a liar. He gets her hopped up on Benadryl and wine and then starts to feel her up. And then when the mom is all freaked out and calls a year later because this woman is messed up because Bill Cosby had his fucking gross old man hands on her snatch, in her snatch, he just calls her a liar. There's a little finger banging, Ma. Don't worry about it. There's Cosby on Quaaludes. Cosby testified that he had gotten Quaaludes from his doctor in Los Angeles in the 1970s. The 70s. As I said earlier, this is a pattern. He is a predator. He is a filthy, filthy man. Got Quaaludes from his doctor in the 70s. He said he was given 7 prescriptions for the now banned sedative, ostensibly for a sore back. Isn't that just the excuse for all pill poppers? Or abusers? My back. You can't really prove anything with a painful back. That's what they all use. Question: why didn't you ever take the Quaaludes? Answer: because I used them. Now that's pretty obvious what he's saying right there. Why didn't you take them? Because I was using them. Not for myself. I needed them. Don't you understand? I didn't take them because these were my golden ticket. My key to unlock the box. I needed these. I needed these Quaaludes. I needed 7 prescriptions. Don't you understand? I had bitches to fuck. Question: for what? The same as the person would say, in quotes, have a drink.